Hi, Marianne Croce here from Small Biz Vantage and the creator of 3 Day Weekend System and Coaching. I am so glad to be here each and every week to do these business leadership live events in 15 minutes. Quick, get some information and then go and apply it. So I do them for two reasons. One of them is for you to be able to shift your perspective of your business, your vantage, if you will, and really turn that into your competitive edge. And the second is for you to take one action item each and every week and implement it. With those two combinations, you get the knowledge, but then you apply it, right? You do something with it. That's really what happens. That's the biggest impact is taking it and doing something with it. It causes a ripple effect in your business and makes a bigger impact than you could have ever imagined. It doesn't take these big, massive changes like we think it does. So a question that I get asked most often is, Marianne, who do you work with? And I work with single location auto shop owners who are feeling the effects of owner overload. And really what they want to do now is start taking some responsibilities off their plate, delegating them, and they want to have a life as well, guilt-free. So that's where I come in and I help. And one of my latest clients had said to me, my business doesn't consume me anymore. They absolutely love it because the business used to be their entire life. Now it's just part of it. And that's really rewarding to hear. So this week's topic is go the extra mile. And I've been thinking a lot about this because I've been seeing people who are doing just that. They go the extra mile. So I wanted to talk about it. I recently came back from an industry event. I love going to industry events, whether I'm speaking at those events or I'm helping out volunteering. I love connecting with others and seeing people in person. Deal with a lot of people from all over the country, friends, industry friends, clients, but I love seeing them in person. There's something about it just being so good to be able to connect with people, to learn, to share, and work together, right? We all grow. And I feel that it's a win-win. It really is. And it's very rewarding. Together, we're actually stronger, right? Because it is rewarding to be around people who are in the automotive industry who are really willing to help one another and work together for a cause. And I really saw some great examples of people helping others, other attendees, speakers, sponsors, or even the event representatives. While I was away, I saw it all the time. And here were some of the examples of things that I saw. They were welcoming first-time attendees that had never been to this event. I was passing by people in the lobby or in different areas when we were eating, and I was overhearing these conversations as I was walking by, and it really was nice to hear. And I had some of these conversations myself with some first-time attendees. The next thing I witnessed was mentoring conversations. People were sharing what was working for them or how they overcame a challenge, maybe a challenge that another business owner was going through. The next thing that I saw this all the time was doing the legwork, right? Actually getting in and lifting, moving equipments, helping with setup, takedown, also maybe scanning the barcodes on the badges when you go to an event, helping out with that, even opening, closing doors, something as simple as that. When a speaker was talking, people were aware of others' needs and they just jumped right in. And another thing I thought that was really great was participating in a session. People were actually contributing when a speaker was trying to engage the audience and get the audience involved, whether it was raising your hand, they needed a show of hands, or even if it was asking for input. So when this happens, I always return refueled. when I'm around people who want to grow, whether it's personally, professionally, really it's both. And I've learned over the years that they go together. When you grow, it enriches our work and our life. It always does. You grow in one area, you grow personally, it helps your business. It helps you professionally and vice versa. So people and connection. We were made for connection from the moment we're born. And I believe this right down, to my core. Good times are better when you can share them with people who care. And bad times, or those challenging times in our life, aren't as bad when you can share them with others who care. It's really important to remember that. It's really important to surround yourself with people who care. As an owner or leader, your team is always watching you. So, do the rules apply to others, but not to you? When you set rules up or you set certain things up in your business, how are you really showing up? Are these rules changing all the time? Because if they do, that really creates confusion and frustration among a team. So let's talk now about going the extra mile. If you're willing to go the extra mile and do more than is expected, people not only trust you, but they actually see you as a resource. That's what actually happens. When you build that relationship with people, they actually start to see you as the go-to person because they know that you have their back. Think of the things that you can do to go the extra mile that will wow them, right? Not necessarily your just customers. It could even include your team. It's not about you, and it doesn't take a lot of money or a lot of time, but it's really thinking beyond the four walls of your shop. It's very easy to get so caught up in the day to day that we're really focusing on only what's going on inside the four walls of our business. But what if you were to think beyond the four walls and think of others? What are the ways that you can be helpful inside and outside your business? If you have any ideas, please put them in the comments. I'd love to hear, your thoughts, what you've done, what you've tried to really go the extra mile for your business. But I want to share some examples with you. So here we go. The first one is personalized service. Don't make people feel like a number, basically. We all know what that feels like when we go somewhere and we feel like we're a number, next, that type of a thing. Get to know the people, greet them, build relationships. If you know Mrs. Smith is coming in at 8 o'clock in the morning to drop off her vehicle, you have it in your schedule. When Mrs. Smith shows up, greet her and build that relationship. Chat with her a little bit as she comes in. The second one is exceed expectations. Pull up vehicles. Don't make customers go out and get their own vehicles. Pull them up. Have drinks or snacks ready. If you can, have loaner cars or maybe even shuttle driver so that you can shuttle people. So you have one car that you can shuttle. Maybe wash the vehicles if you have a car wash near you. Leave a note in their vehicle. That's a thought. Maybe handwritten notes that you have to put in the mail. Maybe you've tried that in the past and you didn't get to them. What if you were just to leave a note in their vehicle? Now, maybe all of these ideas won't work in your business, but maybe one or two of them will, and you can come up with some of your own. The next one is resolve problems gracefully, right? Handle them with professionalism. Have a little empathy and a real desire for a solution. Don't be a bully. if there's a problem. Don't go into defensive mode and beat your chest because you believe that you're right and it's a contest now between who's right and wrong. Resolve problems, whether it's with a customer, whether it's with a team member. Be graceful about it, be professional about it. The next one is continuous improvement. Always be looking for new ideas and ways to show that you care and that you have commitment. Come up with new ideas. You can learn a lot of things outside of the industry, just in day to day life. When you go out, when you go places, when you interact with other businesses, you could use some of those ideas and bring them into your own business. So, when was the last time someone really wowed you? Was it when you were at a hotel? Was it someone who cared, when you were out at a restaurant? What was it and what did they do? How can you incorporate that into your business? Community engagement is another one. Show your support for the local needs and the local causes. You will find something that really aligns with your core values. Get involved and show your support. There are a number of ways that you could do that. Something as small as liking a group's social media page and then your name shows up there. That could be one way to support. It could be donating to their cause. It could be volunteering. There's so many different ways that you could do that. Mentoring another business owner. Remember to meet them where they're at. They may be at a different stage of business or a different stage of life than you. So meet them where they're at. Get to know where they're at and understand that. And then share your lessons learned and share what's working for you in your business. That's a great way to support them. Once you start thinking of ways to go the extra mile, it's amazing because more ideas start flowing and it may even be hard to turn them off because you can't do everything at once. So start with a few and then go from there. But you have to remember it's important to budget for them, whether it's the time or the money needed. A lot of times when people think of budget, they're thinking, okay, I have to factor in the money that it's going to cost, which is true. You do. But you also have to factor in if time is needed as well. Give yourself that time so that you can be consistent or hand it off to another team member so you can really use that time wisely and you can be consistent. Start with the simplest ones, the simplest ideas that you have first, because they're the easiest to implement and the ones that people will enjoy. So if you have a list, start going through and start with those. So I want to leave you with a pro thinking tip. Be consistently going the extra mile. When you do that, you set your business apart from the competition and you create loyal customers for years to come. This is really a long-term game here. Going the extra mile does take some courage because you're thinking out of the box. Don't allow others to discourage you. Oh, that won't work. Oh, what are you doing that for? Okay. Because some may think that it's really not worth doing. And that's because going the extra mile, it's never crowded. So thanks for being here for this week's Business Leadership in 15 Minutes. I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, thank you. It was great seeing you at the event as well. I saw so many people. So if you find this valuable, please share it with another business owner that it can help. I know that there's so many good people in the industry that are willing to help one another. Have an enjoyable week, and I'll see you next week.